All right, we are live, Woman in Business Wednesday. I'm so excited. We have Makala over here. A little bit, anyone that's watching, imagine this. Imagine you're just enjoying the beauty of Nevada's wilderness when out of nowhere there's unsafe shooting happens. It's scary, right? So that's exactly the kind of thing we're tracking today with our amazing guest, Makala. We're going to unfold that and why it's important. Makala is the owner of Nevada Firearms Academy and Range, and she's definitely on a mission, and we're going to talk about that mission today. So, Makala, introduce yourself, tell the people in Facebook, YouTube, all about you.
Well, hello. I am Makala. I am the queen of operations, as my business card says, of Nevada Firearms Academy. I kind of do it all, from making connections and making people feel comfortable and confident with their firearms to teaching classes to booking different user groups onto our range. So a little bit of everything. We are here to protect the community that we all walk in.
Awesome. Yeah. So, and anyone that doesn't know, I'm Alphin. I love making connections as well. And that's how we met through Empower. So I'm so excited. And little by little, as we go, I'm learning more and more about her and her range. So I'm super excited. And next week, we get to see it.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Me and Brookie. I'm like, oh, let's do it. I haven't done an outdoor range. So that's going to be a great experience, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So if you're ever wondered how to handle issues with firearm safety, Michaela's to go to. If you guys have any questions or you think this is of value, go ahead and drop that fire emoji. Let's get engaged, ask the questions, and let's prepare for that. Okay. So, Michaela, I do love what you're doing. Tell us what inspired you to take on such a big challenge here in our community.
Oh, well, the mission is pretty deep, honestly. So I was old enough to acquire a firearm and actually put it on my hip and, go forth with confidence and make sure that I'm fully protected myself at
Yeah.
21. And my dad encouraged it. My family figures encouraged it. And that's actually where I met my husband. So he kind of entered me into the whole self-awareness side of things. And my dad's loved guns, older rifles growing up my whole life. I always knew the foundation and understood the responsibility of gun ownership and why we have them. And so as I got older, I understood that this actually might be my calling. I have been a respite caregiver for foster children and the littles my whole life. I've had a really big, deep passion about it. So when I entered into the firearms world, I wanted to make sure that I was an advocate to the younger people in the firearms industry and females. It is such a male-dominated industry, and I want to make sure that I can make that difference. So I know our community is needed and is definitely a place where they are used. So I want to make sure that we can highlight the safety of things.
How old? So, thank you so much for that. How old were you when you started
Oh
with
gosh.
firearms?
So, I mean, I think I probably shot my first gun when I was like tiny, under double digits type deal. And then
Wow.
I let him go moving forward into like life and stuff. And then I hit 21 and was like, okay, this world is freaking scary. So let's try to educate ourselves, put a gun on my hip. And it's just an insurance policy.
Agree. Nowadays, I feel like it's a must, and we've talked about it. I need my CCW class like ASAP.
Yes. Yes. I'm
Every
excited.
realtor
Actually, yeah,
in
you're actually
the
the reason I
Midwest.
started that. So we'll talk about that a little later.
Yes. And so, Michaela, what would you say to those that are just unsure as to why this even matters?
You should absolutely be unsure. It's not something you know about. Just like anything going into the world. If you step foot in the kitchen and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to make. If you step foot into the driver's seat of a vehicle you've never driven before, you have to
Mhm.
that experience before you actually get equipped with what you're doing. So practice, practice, practice. Training is key, and that's what we highlight on.
Okay, good. Yes, definitely. So let's get real for a second. Reputation is something that we all deal with in one way or another. So, how has this challenge and shaped your journey so far?
So, yes, reputation is key. And a lot of the firearms weapons industry is very negative, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, a couple years ago, I walked into a gun store and he said, "Hey, what can I help you with?" And I said, "I'm not really sure yet." And he goes, "Okay, come back when you do." And I was like, no, 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 that's not how we do stuff. So that was kind of my initiative on opening the indoor gun range that we had for about 2.5 years down on Double R. We closed that to open up the 690 acres that we have out
Wow.
here now. Just room for activity and growth. We are so excited for it. So, um, Nevada Firearms Academy is not just another gun company. We are building a family and a business all together. So when you take a class, when you come out and shoot with us, if you don't feel like you're a part of the family, then we have done something wrong. So I definitely want to make sure that you feel confident and comfortable every time you step foot on the range.
I love that. And I can't wait to experience it firsthand. I am so excited. And I'm sure we've been talking about it too. I'm like, yes, I can't wait. We're actually doing it next week.
Yes. I know. I feel like I've been pressuring her for so long. I'm like, okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready, but no, I'm not. Like, okay,
And
we'll
I'm
go.
glad that we're partnering. So anyone that's unsure, which I know a lot of people are, partner with somebody. And I think it's just so much funner with, if you go with someone as well. So,
Absolutely. Confidence and comfort is key. And we just did a class for a Reno police officer and his family just because he didn't want to go anywhere else. And that was very humbling. So that was cool.
oh, yay.
Mhm.
Okay, so what myths or misconceptions about Nevada Firearms Academy do you want to just bust out or bust and, wide open right now?
I guess what sets us apart, well, I guess the first thing is we don't have an indoor range anymore. It's still on the building. So when you guys drive by and see us, we're not there anymore, but we are out here and we're here for you 100%. So that's one thing that I just wanted to make clear. But one of the biggest misconceptions is that firearm training is intimidating. And it
Mhm.
is. It totally is. I'm about to put an explosive device in your hand. You're gonna panic, and that's okay. But we all get inside vehicles every day that will kill way more people than that bullet. So, kind
100%.
of getting to that understanding. The truth is, responsibility of firearms education is for everyone. So, I want to make sure that we establish that moving forward with every department, every age group.
And I just want to say, Michaela, your energy is so contagious. I feel like, all right, let's go.
I know. I'm
Every
like,
time
let's
I
go,
hear you,
let's
I'm
do
like,
it. I'm excited. The light bulb. So, like, and you'll feel it when we get onto the range and we go over the fundamentals of it and you like start to apply it, you're like, okay, I'm going to pick it up. And that's like sitting inside the vehicle, right? And I try to
mhm.
compare it to things that you're used to doing so that you can level it and be confident with it.
Oh, good. I like that. I'm that type of person. I need step by step directions to feel
Yeah,
comfortable.
so the gun range is great, but your girl needs another cathartic way to get over stress, right? So I
Yeah.
started doing like golf lessons and some other, like I went and got my motorcycle license and just training as an instructor. I totally appreciate everybody else that is teaching. If you have the
Mhm.
confidence to go forth in front of somebody and have them teach you something that you don't know, good for you, because I feel like people stop growing so young in age. So I'm glad.
I
But
agree.
it's totally stepped me out of my comfort zone, and I'm able to kind of connect the correlations between the golf and the motorcycles and actually shooting. It's all the same thing. It's all up here.
You know what? I've been saying that. Like, even with whatever I'm doing, right? You can correlate things that you're doing with business, with life, and everything else. I'm like, wow, it's all about perception. So I love that you
100%.
mentioned that because I was thinking about that today.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I can hold this all day long, but as soon as I tell you to press the trigger, you're going to be like,
Right. I love it. Okay, so Michaela, have you faced a situation where perception did not meet reality? And like share your experiences with that.
so as an instructor, I feel like I have a lot of assumptions when somebody comes in and they're like, hey, I want to learn this. And then we get there and you're like, oh, as an instructor, they come up and they're like, oh, I know this, I know this, I know this. And then I kind of put it to the test when we get out on the range and they don't know
Mhm.
anything. So I think one specific incident was I had a student on the line and she was very, excuse me. There was a very thick line of not knowing what she was doing, but she was overconfident in it. So
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of taking a step back and getting her to understand, like, yes, you're excited, but let's draw back for a minute. Like, let's pull the bullets out. Let's do a little more hands-on situation. But having the confidence to approach people that are uncomfortable has been my biggest battle. I think as an operator, we
Mm.
have 40 public decks out here that people from the community can come sunrise to sunset 7 days a week. And and sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have 40 public decks out there, and there's so many times where people just go pick up their gun and then they come
Mhm.
and they're like, okay, I want to test it, I want to play with it, and they have no idea what they're doing.
Oh
So
my goodness.
approaching that conversation, like, hey, not trying to step on any toes or like tell you what to do, but can I please tell you what to do? Is probably one of the most like controversial situations that we have.
I bet that's like a little, that uncomfortable situation. I
Yeah.
would feel like that's me too. Whenever you would have to be like, I need to tell this person something.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like,
like, I don't know what to say, but hey, can I help?
right? There you go. Can I help you?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now let's paint like a picture. What we've all heard about stories about unsafe shooting in the wilderness, right? What are
Mhm.
some of the biggest dangers of shooting in uncontrolled spaces?
So,
Would you say?
uncontrolled shooting environments can come with a lot of risks. Obviously, people don't know what the backstop is, the oversight looks like, who they're with, what their level of education on it is. So,
Mm-hmm.
taking into that means stray rounds and unpredictable terrain, and you just don't know. Like, too many accidents can encounter. So, and that's why we've really, on top of that, the lack of structured training.
Yeah.
Oh, drives me so crazy and sad. So that's exactly why controlled environments like Nevada Firearms Academy are here for you. So the reputation of the range has not always been fantastic, but it is my goal and mission to change that in the community.
I love that. So, what is your vision for the Nevada Firearms Academy Range in solving this problem?
Mm. I'd probably say our vision is pretty simple. I mean, we create a safe space of education, safety, and skill development that always come first. Like, we want to make sure that you feel confident and comfortable and a part of the family. We call it the Nevada Firearms Academy family. I will send you a Christmas card and a birthday present. Like,
I
you are fam when you get here. So it's my favorite part. But our instructors take hands-on approach, whether it's someone's first time handling a gun, they are a competition shooter, but just want to go back to the basics and kind of understand where they're coming from. So we want to make sure that we give shooters a new experienced skill set of training safety and make sure that stays effective.
Oh, good. Okay, I like that. So, Michaela, how's the experience like for a first-time shooter, just first-time person coming to your range? How does that look like?
So when you get here, we ask you to have eyes and ears on and make sure that you knock out one of our range waivers upon arrival on our website at nfareno.com. At the very top, it says range waiver. If you get that
Mm-hmm.
knocked out, it will email you a complete copy of it. You'll just show us that upon arrival. We'll go over a brief safety briefing with you, get you comfortable, ask what you're shooting, see kind of the skill. It's kind of a little interview, to be honest. Like, hey, what's your skill? So at that point, we will set you up with either a range safety officer or a deck, get you all set and good to go. Adults are
Good.
$15, seniors are $10, and kiddos are $5 for the whole day.
Oh, nice. That's so awesome. Sounds like a fun time. How did I
Absolutely.
not know about this?
I know, right? And that's
Because
the worst part.
yeah, it's like, oh, I didn't know that, that you guys were out there. So I'm like, This is really good. I'm so glad we connected.
Yeah, so the range has been out here since 1982, I think, is when they did the ribbon.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so my husband was out here for the ribbon cutting, and when the county tried to shut it down, we're like, no, 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 you can't do that. No, you can't do that. So we actually volunteered our time, well, asked to volunteer our time. But my husband was a county range master for about 2 years before we took the initiative to take the project on.
Nice. Okay, good to know. Oh my gosh, the 1980s. That's
I
awesome.
know,
That's
right?
before I was born.
Same. Same, it's been here longer than me.
I'm sure you're like in your 20s, aren't you?
I just turned 31 in
Oh
January.
my gosh. I was going to say you look so
Yeah.
young. You look amazing.
Okay.
But okay, so Makala, you've been doing such amazing work, but you've also partnered with Truckee Meadows. Tell us all about it.
So Keep Truckee Meadows Beautiful is an amazing organization. They have gotten with the Golden Eagle shooting area behind the Golden Eagle softball fields
Yeah,
back
yeah.
there. I guilty as charged. Growing up, you don't know where to go. It's not confident or comfortable. So I've definitely shot out there before. But it's a recreational park. There's people that are hiking and dirt biking and doing a bunch of other recreational activities out there, and it's just not safe to shoot. So we have partnered with Truckee Meadows, keep Truckee Meadows Beautiful, on March 29th from noon to however long it takes us to clean. We are going to step back behind that shooter area and get things cleaned up. We are asking for all of the hands-on support as possible. We have a link on our website for under the events tab if you guys would like to sign up. We definitely encourage it. We're going to be giving away some raffle prizes and some free range cards to try to encourage you guys to come out to the range. It is 13 and a half miles from Golden Eagle to the range. So
Wow.
if you have a decent economical vehicle, it's not going to waste any additional gas. We have public targets from 3 yards, and you can shoot out to 1776 right now. So that just the excuse of going into BLM land is not an excuse anymore. We have given you everything you need for success in order to shoot safely in this community.
That is so awesome. We'll also put it on the comments. That way whoever's watching this video now or later can, be involved if they want to volunteer, help and support. I love that. Um
Yeah.
so how do you see this partnership shaping the future of your firearm safety and like the education here in Nevada?
I think it's about training the shooters, to be honest. We're all human, we're all moldable and understanding. By working together, we can reach more people, offering specialized courses, creating standardized training, and really getting into the community. We've partnered with the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, and just getting into the younger field of things. The shooting sport industry is going to die if we don't keep the kiddos involved.
I agree. The younger audience is like the future,
Exactly. So we got to keep that alive.
So anyone that's watching now or later, drop like that emoji of clapping hands if you think this partnership is going to be a game changer. And also, if you have any friends, family that you think this would be a value of, definitely tag them in the comments. As we close, Makala, do you have any closing comments for the viewers? And what kind of takeaway you want them to kind of get from this?
I think if you're on the verge of figuring it out and wanting to take that next step into self-defense, that I'm your girl. I will go at your pace if you want to come to me and we can chat for 2 hours before I even put a plastic pistol in your hand. Like, I want to make sure that you are completely confident before we get out to the range. So I'm your girl. Come out, reach out. Don't be afraid, I promise.
I love that. And I love that you're so inviting. I just feel like we're just besties now.
Right? For real. We're fam, remember? We're just building a little.
Fam. Aw. Okay, well, anyone that's watching this or later, you can follow Nevada Firearms Academy and Range online. They have an Instagram. You can follow Makala on Facebook as well. Definitely, stay tuned on all the fun things that she's doing for you guys, the community, and everybody else. And let's spread the word. Tag and share this video. And the more you guys tag on here, the more people can see this. And yeah, let's spread about what we're doing here.
I did
Okay,
want to mention
Makala?
this real quick. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm trying to highlight the housing experts. So anybody in the housing industry, if you're even the admin at a apartment complex and you're just getting free rent because you're trying to go to college. Like, get educated. So I want to make sure that if you are in the housing industry or real estate or any type of degree of that, please reach out. We have a coupon code for you to get educated.
I love that. Okay, I will tag people I know too on here in the real estate market or in the
Yes.
real estate industry. That way, we can all stay safe and educated. I love that, Michaela. So, for anyone tuning in or later, thank you so much for joining us today. Definitely stay tuned for future chats as well as we keep tackling big topics. And until next time, stay safe and stay inspired.